At the lake,
Hey guys,
listen up. Supports that kind of life, so we can actually go and see the little tadpoles and things like that.
On the radio.
And at one point, we had an alligator.
You go, Treasa.
He's gone.
So take a listen. You don't worry about me.
And the area is wonderful for birding. So
just watch the scenery.
What kind of birds do you see? Things like that. And
4 islands back there.
Yeah. So it's just a wonderful sight to come out and experience and get lessons in, so without teachings per se. So.
Now, speaking of aerodynamics, you building kites?
Yes, actually, last year that was one of the most favorite. It might have been Father's Day that month that we did kite building as the focus of the hike, and we provided the materials.
We taught the kids how to build the kites.
Yeah,
that's Bruce.
We started maybe about an hour before we actually went on a hike, and then we went on a hike when we got to the top of the hill, or the plateau.
Yeah,
right under the hill.
Just a little flat part of it.
Nice windy area. The kids had a wonderful time. Most had never flown a kite before.
Yeah, much less made one.
Yeah. So. I had never made one before, and at least not in the fashion that we made one. Out of just regular newspaper and paper bags, and they were wonderful.
And we got little dowels, from Home Depot. It doesn't take much, but you get your aerodynamic lessons in. It's like, why is it flying? Or why is it veering one way and not the other way? How did you weight your kites? What are some of the things? Why would it go up and just sink down? Things like
you're
that.
Listening
So
to
observation,
90.1
scientific
radio.
Observation we encourage.
Our
We
friends
try not to give them the answers, but just kind of
Heritage
Socratically pull it out
on
of
the
them.
radio.
We find that that's
I've been listening for a while now.
more helpful to them and gets them into the critical
tune in,
thinking
90.1
mode, which
FM.
is very nice to combat the teaching to the test.
Treasa and my buddy Bruce.
And I remember back making kites with library paste, and I mean it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Newspapers,
some
twigs,
newspaper,
making
and
kites.
All it takes is some string and the kite sticks, and you're there.
Yeah.
Right? What a fun thing to do.
It was. They were delighted.
And in looking at your site here on the poster you brought, yes, there is an open area. That's what you need for flying kites. So another reason.
What's up, Gus?
We talked a little bit about the benefits of nature and the
We're listening to our friends from Nature Heritage Society on the radio today. It's not about me, about what they're doing.
Activity,
and they are proud supporters of the 4W fishing team and what we stand
What are
for.
some of the things that the families have said and noticed? Just some of the stories that you've encountered with people, because if the kids are out there, then they're going to bring their families back to show them. Usually we encourage families to come out with them because supervision benefits of that.
Hey, Tina.
And we want to get them in young, to get them outdoors, and like I said, they love running free in the area. And then that helps try to educate them. It's like why you should exercise. Do you feel
I'm in
good?
Houston, Gus,
And they
over here in my
always have a
neighborhood.
good time. Just being out there. It might be hot, so
Listen
we
to
try
my
to
friends
get
on the
them
radio.
out early.
We always have to support
into
our
the house in the summer heat these days, June, July, August type. But it's like they always have a good time, and they're a good tired. The exercise makes it a good tired.
Like they were good tired. For those that don't know what good tired means, for the kids, that means after they go to the hike and they're out there sweating and walking, usually they go home and take a nice nap.
Give the parents a reprieve.
And it is a good tired.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a good tired.
They earned it.
Yes, exactly.
And most of the people from what I hear, what they like about our activities and projects that we do is they're inclusive for families. It's not just for kids. Grandma can come, and little Pee Wee can come. And everybody in between, and that's what most people like about it. You know, it's not just going to Pee Wee's basketball games where Pee Wee's participating, everybody's watching. This is with the kites, everybody build kites. In the garden, everybody participates. In the hike, everybody participates. You know, it's an all family type of events for everybody.
That's another thing. And, you know, we have such high rates of obesity. The health benefits of just taking a walk are immense. And if we can foster it as a habit, that's what we want to do, especially starting young. You know, come on, get hooked on being outside. It's free. It's so much cheaper than Prozac, you know. And the health and meditative benefits, I always try to let people know that don't look for the easy pill. Think about what makes you happy, you know, and
that's
contributes
my friend Treasa
to just
on
community.
90.1
Being
radio.
out there,
Tune
if
in
it
if
makes
you have
you
a radio
happy,
with you.
you go out into the
Heritage
world
Society,
with a smile.
Sunnyside.
You're responded to in a friendly manner for the most part. You
Bruce.
know, smiling at someone brings so much, just a little happy pickup for that person and yourself. It's just a way of communing and benefiting humanity with such a simple thing. Just a walk or being outside, going outside fishing, and you can be together with your child or your parent and talk without any interruptions from television or devices. You know, you just sit. You're forced to slow down. And in this culture, in this age, that's such a huge thing where multitasking and doing things quickly is so valued. My advocacy is to slow down and do one thing at a time, actually enjoy it, be in the moment, and look forward to it, savor it, enjoy the time you have with your family. Because at the end of the day and at the end of life, everyone always looks to regret for all the things you didn't do, the time you didn't spend with family or the people that you love the most or mean the most to you. And this is a way of doing that. So, and the best thing is it's free. You know, we do our hikes, all our activities we try to do for free to encourage people to try them and to participate in them.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to what you said earlier. In slowing down, a garden doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly.
And these hikes don't happen, and the caterpillar doesn't turn into a butterfly overnight. I mean, all these things take wonderfully so time. So just teaching the importance of time is a huge value to the kids. Well, to us, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it definitely does. And just the critical thinking piece, it just reminds me of you've been working with these young people, and then they bring their parents, their grandparents, their aunts and uncles. They're going to have stories to share with them and give more information. That's how everything grows. It's like nurturing a plant.
Right. That's another thing. You nurture something living to take care of it. I think it feeds your soul in a way that
Nature Heritage
touches
Society
your humanity,
is on
and
90.1.
it just makes you better. You know, to appreciate something, to
Treasa
take care of something, and you can do it at such a young age. You know, watering something, it might not seem like a big thing, but you're loving it. You know, and there's a saying that if you truly love something like a flower, it's not love to pick it, it's love to water it and nurture it. So I think those kinds of larger philosophies are also makes you think about things in larger picture ways too.
Well, it gives all ages a different way to look at a life cycle.
Exactly.
Because we are all part of a life
Exactly.
cycle. I mean, each and every one of us. And however long we're here, I mean, it's really something to see it in nature and then to be able to relate it back to us.
And you know, my daughter lost her grandmother at about, or her great-grandmother when she was about 6 or 7 years old. And her grandmother used the life cycle of a flower to help explain death and moving on and your life cycle. And, you know, just, you've seen a flower. They're here, they bloom, they bring us joy, and then it's time for them to move on and transition to something else. So she used that as an example, and that's another way in nature to help bring life lessons to different generations and different people. So these are things that people are uncomfortable with, death, life, reproduction, all of that. So it's easier to start these conversations, I think, when you have a connection with nature.
And you're in a bigger bowl than just inside.
Exactly.
Yesterday I got a picture of my great-grandson looking at his little bean. Everybody listening and all of us here remember.
Yes, it did. Turned out to be really nice today, Mary.
And then we get to, when we see our kids or our grandkids. I remember the first time my grandson pulled a carrot out of the garden. It was so excited and just amazed that this is what was actually there.
And that he had done it.
Yeah, right. He had done it. He had grown it, designed that garden and grown it. We just have another couple of minutes left. Could you give us information once again about your event this weekend and contact information for Nature Heritage Society?
Again, we do monthly hikes. Our hike this weekend is with a Earth Day service project. We're going to be cleaning up our site that we use monthly for our hikes and other programming. It is at 11800 Scott Street. It's the Bessie Swindle Community Center, and we'll be gathering there. We can register on site. You don't have to bring anything. We'll provide everything for cleanup, including water and some snacks. And we'll start at 9 a.m. and go till about 11 a.m. So we welcome all ages to come out and help clean up Mother Earth and just spend some time hanging out and having a good time outside.
And like us and join us on Facebook.
And you can follow us on Instagram. We're the Nature Heritage Society, the Nature Heritage Society on Facebook. Our email address, if you need to contact us, is natureheritagesociety.houston@gmail.com.
Thank you all so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for having us.
Treasa, Anthony, and Bruce Young, y'all are just a real joy in this world. And this organization on Sims Greenway, the hill there is truly magic. Lakes, all kinds of things. Thank you so much. We'll be hearing more about what we're doing. So, up next, we have...
All right, guys. Hey, that was my friend Treasa, Anthony, and Bruce Young over there at 90.1 Radio today. I always like to support the community that supports the 4W fishing team. I had Treasa catch her first fish. I was honored to do that. On the kayak, by the way. Redfish, trout, and croaker. But great job, guys, on the radio. I'm always looking to support you. So having a radio around the house, we don't have radio. The only radio I know to get quickly was my truck. So I'll give them a call in a bit, but great interview with them. Come on out to the hill. They're having a hike Saturday, 9 to 11. So Earth Day, they're going to be cleaning up a little bit, and that's a great place. Great sunrises and sunsets. We're going to even have a movie night there. So stay tuned. 4W Fishing Team, Nature Heritage Society, Treasa Young, Treasa, Anthony, and Bruce Young, my buddies. Thanks for watching us, guys. Thanks for listening. We appreciate your support. Oh yeah, I got something special going on. Not about me right now. I'm working on something special. How about that? All right, tune in later. See you. Hey, Arthur, we're going to be doing some fishing soon.